Hello everyone, my name is Emmanuel. I'm a PhD researcher at Czech University in Prague. I'm also a high school teacher in international school in Prague where I teach IB program, biology and chemistry, and also IGCSE biology in an international school, private school here in Prague, Czech Republic. So I'm here today to present my seminar, my poster presentation on assessing multilingual learners in Czech Gymnázia, a comparative review of assessment approaches in Czech International School. There has been some rise in linguistic diversity in European schools and classrooms in recent years, and this has generated some interest in trying to understand how secondary school assess multilingual learners or students. For example, in the Czech Republic, there has been some changes or shift in demographic terms of international school in recent years, which has created a kind of a complex educational environment where multilingualism tend to intersect with diverse assessment ideologies. Therefore, in this post presentation, I'm going to comparatively review some literature to examine assessment practices in Czech gymnasia and international schools, such as schools that teaches IB program and Cambridge as well. Firstly, let's talk about the term multilingualism. This is widely used to refer to the use of two or more languages, but also to different dimensions of multilingualism. And the diversity in linguistic approach is both critical and sustaining cultural diversity, and also it plays an important role in supporting vibrant exchange of knowledge and understanding that is being generated from different systems for the common good of humanity. Because of the increase in domestic and global mobility migration, there's been some changes in classrooms which are becoming more diverse in terms of student linguistic and cultural background. If you take, for example, in the Czech Republic, in the recent years, there have been some demographic shifts in the Czech Republic due to economic migration. And because of that, there has been some increase in the presence of international schools, for example, in Prague, which has led to increased linguistic diversity in the classroom. Despite the changes that has taken place in the educational system in Czech Republic in recent years, the mainstream gymnasiums, which is secondary academic schools, still practice a monolingual Czech context way of teaching, which is often without robust accommodations for multilingual learners. And in contrast to international schools, especially those that offers the international program like IB and Cambridge curriculum, they have more developed assessment system designed to support diverse range of linguistic backgrounds. And because assessment practices shape instructional quality, student identity, and academic success, it is very, very important that they are conducted equitably in a diverse society. This is very, very important. Against this backdrop, assessment in a multilingual setting requires paying attention to certain challenges that may affect the validity of the assessment approach or strategy, because it is clear that equity in educational context means that all students should be offered the same access to the same curriculum and examinations, and assessment or evaluation must be administered fairly for all groups of students. In order to evaluate this particular concept, there are two theoretical frameworks that I adopted. One is sociocultural theory, which posits that learning occurs through social interaction and also cultural involvement or context. And this means for multilingual learners, language and cognition are intertwined. That means assessment practices must consider how the cultural differences and linguistic contexts actually define, refine, or shape performance of students. The second theoretical framework that can be applied to this presentation is what is called translanguaging and multilingualism. And this is a theory that suggests that multilingual learners draw their full linguistic repertoire rather than just separate languages. And in this context, assessment practices that allow for translanguaging can more accurately reflect learners' competencies, ability, and performance. So the study implication based on this research, it shows that the finding shows that it suggests that there's need for continued policy reforms in the Czech educational system in order to further expand and improve formative assessment and criterion reference assessment practices in the Czech Republic educational system. Also, Czech high schools could also gain or benefit from professional development programs that emphasizes on highlights the importance of language support and assessment literacy, especially in a multilingual, multicultural environment. And thirdly, there's also need for professional development programs that should include strategies for scaffolding instruction and feedback that are designed or tailored to the needs of multilingual learners in the Czech high schools. In addition, longitudinal research may also be necessary to actually monitor, track how multilingual learners navigate or pass through between grammar school and international school systems in the Czech Republic. So in conclusion, this review discovered that multilingual learners in the Czech Republic still face distinct challenges in assessment despite the improvement made in the educational system in the Czech Republic. The greater integration of principles from international assessment frameworks such as formative assessment, formative feedback, criterion reference evaluation, and language accommodations into Czech secondary school education could also help to enhance or encourage or promote equity and learning outcomes in the Czech international school. Thank you for watching. If you want to keep in touch with me, you can also send me an email at noelwinner@gmail.com. I'm also on LinkedIn, and of course, Instagram page is inspired_Noel, and my Twitter page is at Destiny Realized. Please, if you have any question based on this presentation, you can drop it below the poster, below the comment section of my poster online via the NPSE conference platform for poster presentation. And please do stay in touch. Once again, thank you for listening to my poster presentation. You can find the poster as well just beside my video presentation if you want to read more about that. Of course, the paper we publish in the conference proceedings as well. So stay in touch. Again, thank you for watching, thank you for listening, and my name is Emmanuel, PhD researcher at Czech University, Prague. Thank you and have a lovely day.